Hey, this is Stephen Platinum, your friend in wrestling with Platinum versus AEW Dark. This is from June 15th, 2021. 11 matches, an hour and 16 minutes, both appropriate. Boy, have these shows gotten much better, and highlighted many more things by becoming shorter and becoming much more important. I love it. Infinitely watchable, that's for sure. Our two performers of the week, I'm just going to name them right off of the top. Shane Mercer, who I've seen in many an ICW show and think the world of that guy. Really a fantastic debut. Showed off what he could do. Looked great. And then Dylan McQueen continues to impress. Actually got a good match out of Cesar Bononi. Not an easy thing to do. I just wanted to highlight the two of them right off the jump. Match number one, Danny Limelight against Ethan Page. In any match that is, I consider a squash match or a foregone conclusion match, I do it on a 3-check system. Danny Limelight's one of the best guys they have to enhance the others, and Ethan Page's work was really smooth here, so he gets 1 check mark for Ethan Page being put over in definitive fashion as he wins with the Ego's Edge. I love Men of the Year, by the way, for him and Scorpio Sky. A second check mark because Ethan Page looked really good in the process. His confidence is clearly there, and honestly, he's kind of unrecognizable from Impact. He seems like a star here in a way that he did not at Impact. And a third check mark because Danny Limelight looks really good in defeat. Or if Danny Limelight had been given an inordinate amount of offense, both of which actually happened here. So 3 check marks here. Second match, I would call this a competitive match between Dante Martin of Top Flight and Sonny Kiss, because I honestly wasn't 100% sure who was going to win. In these cases, you get a check mark if both people look good, and they most certainly did. Sonny Kiss with that backflip knee drop thing, super cool. And Dante Martin winning with a flip over stunner. That looked great, especially with Sonny Kiss's unbelievable sell. And the commentators were on point for this match for the most part, really talking about the differences between the incredible athleticism of both of these competitors. A second check mark if somebody's put over in definitive fashion. I love that flip over stunner by Dante. And it kind of led to, and then the third check mark, if something feels like it is advanced, and this idea of a Sonny Kiss later on coming out during Joey Janela's promo and splitting from him because Joey wasn't there at ringside. So 3 check marks there. Are we going to have all 3 check mark night? It would be our 10th one of the History of Dark, which is, I think, on episode 90. So they had an advertisement for the 2 show Thursday at 5 p.m. For the AEW gaming thing. And you know what? I might watch this son of a bitch because I just put out a video about the AEW mobile game that it was a beta version that I tested, and I did a video about it. So I'm intrigued about this. Thursday at 5, I think I'm available. We shall see, though. I get busy, and I get busy quick. Nyla Rose, who we got the invite from Nyla to go to the July 7th show in Miami, puppy. So I think we're going to go. Here, taking on first-timer to AEW, Charlotte Renegade, who looked good. Apparently her brother has done stuff for AEW as well. Nyla Rose wins in definitive, brutal fashion, but also taking care of Charlotte, who's, I think, a little green, but Nyla made her look good. So 3 check marks here, and the commentators appropriately bringing up the fact that Britt Baker suffered her one and only true loss this year to Nyla Rose, which I think was a really smart thing to bring up. Shane Mercer, like I said, did a great job here. KTB, they showed some good tag team chops together. I'm curious if they had ever tagged before, if they just kind of got it together against Evil Uno and Stu Grayson. Stu Grayson's that Burning Hammer movie does called Nightfall is absolutely brutal to KTB. Shane Mercer, though, really shined here. 3 check marks. I'll be sure to highlight that, especially on Twitter. Number 5, Chandler Hopkins did as good as you can against Wardlow. Wardlow just rolling over everybody on a way to that MMA match against Jake Hager. Obviously, that was the point. The guillotine by Wardlow looks great. 3 check marks. We're rolling. Dylan McQueen made Cesar Bononi look less. Cesar Bononi can tend to look very awkward and uncomfortable and clunky in the ring. Instead, Dylan McQueen smoothly got where he needed to be so Cesar could look dominant and strong instead of clunky. So great job, Dylan McQueen. 3 check marks. Cesar Bononi wins with his pump handle toss. I like that for his move. He should continue to use that. Match number 7, Jake Tucker against Frankie Kazarian. What can you say? Frankie Kazarian is as smooth as milk motherfucking chocolate. So good in the ring. Jake Tucker, I didn't know if Jake Tucker was good or if Frankie Kazarian was just so good. Regardless, it's a good match. Frankie Kazarian on a roll. 3 check marks, and I think we're going to have all 3 check mark night. We shall see. Kylan King looking really good in a dominant performance against Valentina Rossi, who does a pretty good job here. At one point looks a little lost, but Kylan King sort of snatches her up, catches her up, and hits her with that atomic face plant she calls Kingdom Falls. I'm only going to give this one 2 check marks, though. Certainly Kylan King looked dominant and looked really good, but had to really work overtime to make sure Valentina Rossi caught up. So 2 check marks there, so we're not going to have an all 3 check mark night after all. Alex Marvez with Joey Janela, who's acting kind of like a jerk. They talk about the nip factory, which is incredibly uncomfortable. I hated that part. I thought it was really stupid. I don't think it really advanced anything. But then Sonny comes in and basically splits with Joey Janela, which is the long and short of that promo. All right. Match number 9, Chaos Project against Billy and Colton Gunn. I thought the battle between Luther and Billy was actually much better than I thought it would be, and this sort of fight to get the Famouser thing, and I really liked it. Billy at one point pressed Serpentico and tossed him towards Luther, who just sort of sidestepped it in my laugh of the night. And Billy wins with the Famouser. Yeah, I'll call this a competitive match, so both sides looked good. Billy won in definitive fashion. And a 3rd check mark. Was something advanced? Yeah, I think there's this idea that Billy and Colton are going to really engage in fisticuffs as a team instead of just teaming the 2 sons together. So 3 check marks. Willow Nightingale against Tay Conti, a really smooth match, my favorite out of all of the women matches. Tay Conti, though, right now so confident. Willow Nightingale took that Tay DDT like a champ, and Tay Conti looks like new money. Not just new money you weren't expecting that you found in your pocket. She is gorgeous in the ring and in the face. She's just great. Really good for AEW. And then finally, our de facto main event, so we will call it a competitive match. Colt Cabana and number 5, Alan Angels, against the acclaimed. The acclaimed battle rap was not as good as it has been recently, but that's irrelevant. Their ring work was very good, very solid. Obviously, they've recovered from whatever injuries and stuff they've had recently, and Colt Cabana looks really good here. This is the best I've seen Alan Angels look in quite a time. Even that match against Kenny Omega that he had, I think he looked really good here. And the Acclaimed end up winning that match after hitting Boom Boom with the boom box to the leg and then double teaming poor Alan Angels, and they get the win. 3 check marks. A good episode of AEW Dark. Actually, I enjoyed this one more than I've enjoyed AEW Dark in quite some time.